Welcome everybody to this week's edition of Tech Talk, where we are putting the final bow on the Texas BDRX trip, which I'm sure everyone is like, my God, why are they still talking about?
I know my
but it's not really
followers are goodness
it's not
gracious.
BDR talk, it's gear talk, right?
Yep.
With me tonight, I'm Service Manager Derek. With me tonight is
Chris
and
Phil.
And back in front of the camera,
Nick.
is Nick, the voice. We wanted to talk about, and this was your idea, right, Nick?
Yep.
Thing?
Yep.
You want to explain it? Because
Sure.
I still get confused.
So what we're going to talk about is the 3 things that we are glad that we had, 3 things that may have hindered us a little bit on the actual ride of off-road stuff, and then 3 things that we wish we had. The 3 things we had that hinder us, and then wish we had.
The magical 3s.
Yep.
Well, how do you want to do this? You want to just go
Sure,
like
I can start us off. That's
do
fine.
one category and then we'll roll
Yeah,
around,
yeah, yeah.
or do you want
Back
to?
and
Yeah, okay. We'll
So
zigzag them.
we'll start with the 3 things that we are glad that we had.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go right off the top because I know I liked it, I loved it. Yeah, I know, I'm stealing everything. So first off, my hydration vest was
Because you
great.
like to drink water to live.
I like to drink water. I didn't drink enough water,
Yeah, we all know that. Some of us had that problem.
but it's also, I enjoyed the different little accoutrements that got added to my vest.
It was cool.
And then also being able to use it as, being able to tuck your gloves in or have all your pertinent stuff
You
like
really
right
liked
there.
the glove thing, didn't you?
I loved it. It was the best thing in the world. Just being able to take your gloves off and be like,
Stop moving around.
bloop, right there. Second, even though I don't think it quite got put to the test as much as it possibly could have, because I would be afraid if it got put to the test as much as it could have, was the skid plate.
Okay.
Super happy that I got that.
What skid plate did you have?
I have the SW Motec skid plate, which has some limitations to it, but overall did fine. Didn't have any issues with it there. It was great. The third thing that I was super happy to have was my entire suit. I had a full-on Thor suit, plenty of vents. It was, on one day, it was 90 plus degrees. I didn't have really any issues with overheating while I was on the bike. I was huffing and puffing when I was off the bike, but relatively cool, relatively comfortable. Yeah, those are my top 3 things.
All right. Phil, what you got?
All right, so first and foremost, thank you, Moscow Moto. Love that hydration pack.
That's the big winner, apparently.
It is. I got to carry my snacks with me.
About the
Water.
snacks.
I did, yes. Water. Just a great all-around hydration pack. Second thing, I actually got some adventure riding boots from Alpine Star. Absolutely loved those. It made the world of difference from going from cowboy boots, riding, to actual nice, sturdy boots. And the third thing I'm glad I had was
Friendship.
friendship. All my friends with me.
Beer.
Riding aspect, probably. My black dog. My black dog pegs.
Oh, yeah, you guys like the pegs.
Holy moly! I think they make the world of difference because it does. I mean, the seat was nice, but the pegs put you closer to the ground. So when you did have to do a dab here or there, it was just nice to be like, oh, the dab's right there, versus actually having to go down and find the ground. So shout out to Moscow Moto and Black Dog.
So not just for the bottle opener.
Not just for the bottle opener, but that's the reason I bought it.
That was the selling point.
That was the selling point.
You're up.
Okay, just to continue it on, the hydration pack.
Here we
Moscow
go.
Moto, here we go. Third one in a row. that was great. I need to drink more of it when I have it, but the bag on front, Nick was talking about, Phil was talking, snacks, gloves, key fob, whatever. It was great. I will go also back to Black Dog, my skid plate. I got the Black Dog skid plate, loved it. Didn't put it to use, thankfully, I guess, or unthankfully, I don't know. Disappointingly, it was. Glad I had it just in case
the
I needed
peace
it.
of mind
Peace
that
of mind
it adds.
that it doesn't mount to the engine makes me very, very happy. And third for me was communication, Cardo. It was super nice to be able to talk to everybody, well, almost everybody, and it was just being able to hear what was coming from the leaders saying, stay right, stay left. There were some huge washouts in the road where it would have taken you out had you been on the right side or left side. So it was nice to get that a little advanced warning. So there you go.
Okay. So I'm gonna go with you. My number one was the Cardo communication system.
4-chair turn.
Yeah, Cardo.
Oh, Cardo.
Cardo did great all day. Battery life was fantastic on it.
Yeah.
Fit well in the helmet. I shout out that was good product. And switching to the Rockford speakers for whatever reason, just good sound, heard everything, and just a must in a group ride like that. I never really got into that before. Now I would want to use that like every time. So Cardo definitely. Like Phil, I'm just gonna steal all your guys' stuff. The boots, love my boots. Boots made me feel like a better rider. Boots protected me. It's like a security blanket on my ankles. Really nice. So I will definitely go with the boots. And then I'm gonna take it back to the campsite. I will not camp without a cot. My cot is my favorite thing ever. Shout out to Ed on that one from a couple of years ago when he represented with an actual cot. And man, I just watched him sleep jealously. I was like, you bad bastard, that's so nice. So I got a portable one and it's a cot all day, every day.
Very nice.
Those are my three.
All right. So 3 things that we could have gone without.
Are we
Yeah, we're
snaking
zigzagging.
it? 3 things that could have gone without.
Or 3 things you were disappointed in.
Or either not necessarily gone without, but you could do gone without, or hindered you, or maybe didn't work as well as you'd hoped,
Hindered.
or
Well, myself, I didn't work as well as I wished I had. So I do think I should have done more physical preparedness for it. So I will work on that and stretching and all that kind of thing, because off-roading does take its toll on your body and you need to be a little bit physically ready for it. So I was disappointed in that. So that was a hindrance for me. I took too much gear as far as for the weather, which if we were traveling longer with more confusion as to what the temperature would be, I had an extra sleeping bag I didn't need. I had some extra things in the tent I didn't need. But we had the overabundance because we had a truck with us.
Well, in planning for this trip,
We thought it would be cold.
it was supposed to be colder.
Yes, so I overkilled on that, so that was a hindrance just to have to pack all that stuff out or just leave it in Phil's truck and pick it up later. But it's like you're better to be over-prepared, I guess, than to need it and not have it. As far as anything else, I don't think anything hindered me.
Disappointed in anything?
My tack form cell phone mount drove me a little crazy because on the bumpy bumpies, it like danced my cell phone down, but I will be the first to admit that was installation error. I got it home, cleaned it, reset it, cranked it all down correctly because I had it kind of twisted to where the dials on the stems could hit the cell phone mount. So what I thought I was getting a super positive bite, I was actually kind of pushing against the shock absorber on the cell phone. So I had rotated on. After I fixed that, great mount, still using it to this day, super industrial, and it's the powered one, so that works great. But at the time, it was annoying because off-road, I'd look and my phone was pointing at the ground. So, but that was installation error. Those are my 3.
All right, well, I'll go a little technology. My little screen to run my Android Auto or whatever could not take the vibration, I think, of the roads we were on, and got to the point where it was turning on and turning off, turning on and turning off. And finally, I just unplugged because it was irritating the hell out of me, and driving at night, it would just blind me. So that was frustrating. I wouldn't call it a hindrance. I'm very happy with my tent, that it's twice the size of my little tiny tent. Still wish I had a bigger tent. For no other reason than I'd like to be able to stand up, put pants on.
That's the next
Oh, that's
next
the next one?
zigzag
Okay.
of what we wish we had.
Okay, well, I don't really know that I had anything. I guess I go with him. Lightweight off-roading gear would be nice. Again, I'm screwing it up again, but you know, I'm a rebel. I don't have too much I was disappointed in. I mean,
Yeah, it was a great
everything
trip.
really worked pretty well. Short of I had the same cell phone mount problem, but I have a very inexpensive cell phone mount, so we'll hand her over to Phil now since I'm.
They're so positive.
I know, so positive.
Oh no! Well, now you get the
I think-
negative nanny Nellies over here.
I think one of the hindrance I had when this is self-inflicted was not downloading music because we were out of cell phone range, so Pandora didn't work. So it was a lot of humming and hawing and sing-alongs through the Cardos. I think the next one was a big one for me was not getting the right glove size. The dry stars, I got them because we were supposed to be in colder weather. Great gloves, but I got a size too small. So there were times that I just left them on because I was like, I'm just gonna leave all my gear on because I don't want to take my gloves off. And the third thing would probably be my tent. It's just an old, or not old, I mean, it's from
years
Moab.
now.
I got
Yeah.
it in Moab. So it's 2 years old, I think.
You're also a guy who likes to sleep in a hammock,
I am.
so if it's not a hammock, you're going to be disappointed.
Yeah. But just the size and the setup time and all of that, that was kind of a hindrance to me.
Makes sense.
So I would say the Saddleman off-road is not necessarily the best off-road seat, I would say, because most of us, Phil's running a tour version of it, but most of us run the traditional step up, and sometimes when you're off-road, that step up likes to come up and give you a little kiss.
I didn't have that problem.
It only happened maybe 1 or 2 times,
Yeah.
but man, when it happened, you got a seat.
Well, it only
Right
happened once on accident. Every other time it was
Yeah,
on
then it was
purpose.
on purpose. The other couple pieces, one, I wish my boots were a little bit more probably rigid than they are. They were great, don't
You
get
could
me wrong.
walk in them though.
Yeah,
I mean, they're like.
And that
you
was the
could
thing.
run in them and not fall over.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then, so there were some things that I could do in my boots that were undoable in like your boots. Your boots are super rigid. But I would say while I was out on the actual trail and everything, I was a little nervous
Yeah.
because of the boots, and so it probably took a little bit of my brain power out of it.
But your boots were good for just regular riding, a little
Yeah.
bit of light off-road, and then you could still wear them back at the camp.
Yes.
The first thing I took off when I got back were my boots
yes.
and put regular old shoes
I was gonna
back
say I wore my boots from here in the truck.
Yeah. So,
Out. And then we actually had a whole, or I had a whole solar panel set up and everything like that. My actual main bank that was supposed to be the main battery that could charge all the cameras and all that kind of stuff wasn't really that great. And so I'll probably end up replacing that. But that's kind of a behind the scenes thing that we dealt with and everything like that. Luckily I had a couple other battery banks that were way better. But that was probably one of my ones that I'll probably end up actually like chucking and just getting a whole new
Starting over.
power bank.
makes sense.
Yeah. So then 3 things that I wish I had. I will say I wish, especially after coming back and having Phil do my 1K, I probably wish I had the Black Dog skid plates. SW Motec did fine, had no issues with it, but actually on the maintenance side when we came back, there's a couple.
You got to be careful.
You got to be careful
on
with
the
it.
disassembly and reassembly with the case bolts.
The Scorpion, I wish I had either something to either hold the mic more in place because there's the chin.
Yeah, the wind guard.
And talking about these mics,
Yeah,
not
the mini
the
mics.
mics
Yeah,
for the Cardo.
and so like we talked about like Velcroing them in there. We
Yeah.
talked about like hard mounting them in there. We talked about something, and I wish we had that something while we're out there because I think the audio from riding would be
Better.
awesome.
Much better.
It would be great. And then, oh yeah, those were pretty. No, then my third wish that I kind of wish I had was maybe a cot or a little bit better of a pad that I had because we were in unflat territory, and I felt every night myself moving.
Cot's awesome.
Yeah.
Cot's
Cot's
awesome.
great. Cot's great.
A good sleeping pad. You
Or,
need
or a
good-
tree and a hammock.
or a tree.
Then
and
you don't have to
well,
worry
there
about
are
it.
trees
You
out
need
there.
2 trees.
Yeah, you gotta need 2 trees. Or a tree and Willie's Jeep.
A bumper.
There you go.
Yeah.
What you got, Phil?
Things that I wish I had. After watching the videos, I wish I had a camera.
So you wished at the time you had a camera.
No.
Oh.
No. After watching the videos,
Ah.
now I wish I had the camera.
Ah.
Because it was really cool to see y'all's point of views. Because if y'all watch the videos, you're seeing Chris.
If you don't see a
and-
windshield, it's my camera.
You're seeing Chris and Derek's point of view, which I wish I would have had, so I could have showed my kids and my family like this is what
And-
I saw.
And you were trailing, so you
And I
would have
was
seen all
trailing,
the
so
stuff.
I would have seen everybody. So that's one thing I wish I would have had.
I'm glad Phil didn't have a camera.
We're all disappointed though.
Honestly, probably a little bit better riding gear. Man, I love my overalls, but goodness gracious, they got hot and just dealing with the straps and yada yada yada. And then, man, what's the last one I wish I had? Uh-oh.
Who's beeping?
Just keep going.
Okay.
Last one I wish I had was
That one.
music.
I had the music of nature.
Had the music of nature.
All right, what's your 3 wishes?
Me, right off the box, a better pad to sleep on. I have the cot. Had it since I guess the first trip, but the pad between the two, it's just a little
Yep.
noisy. It slides around. I need to spend the money on a real pad. I should have brought more things to clean my helmet because it was just the dust was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you can tell from the cameras, sometimes they got dirty and we weren't cleaning them enough. Would have been nice to clean the inside and the outside. The helmet was a little bit much. And I wish I would have prepared more with food.
Yeah, we did a piss poor job with the food.
Yeah,
prep
we
on
did a
this one.
horrible
We weren't
job.
great on food.
I mean, literally, there are a couple of people that didn't bring food
At all.
At all.
And Sheldon goes, "What are we gonna eat?"
I brought the food.
I brought some food.
So, is those your 3?
We'll go with that 3.
So I can wrap them all up then, because mine are a little bit, kind of. I'm with you on
More
the
broad.
the sleeping pad and everything, but what I'm hearing in this is I wish I'd had more time to prep, because really, and what I would advise is do your shakedown at home.
Yeah.
Camp in your driveway or in your backyard
Yeah.
or at a park for a night and try your stuff out, because there's nothing worse than getting out there and realizing, oh, this doesn't work. So I always wish for more time. So that's one thing that I would have liked to have. Just to we do on the fly shakedown.
I mean, Phil didn't test ride his bike before
No,
this trip.
so that's my big one there. But yes, I'll take the sleeping pad one. I had the air mattress. I ended up throwing that out the second night. It was too noisy. A sleeping pad would be good. And then a third one back to I just want, I wish to be in better physical condition so I can continue to do this, because as I research it more and read online and see the pictures of all the BDRs all over the country now, I want to do that. And to do that, I need to be physically able to do it. So my mission is to get to that point where I feel I can do these rides and not be crippled for the next month, because I was sore for a while. So those would be mine, kind of rounding out the wish list stuff. All in all, to put a big bow on this trip, we've talked about it so long. It was basically a 2-3 day trip.
Yeah, I mean,
And-
we rode for 2 days. It was a day to drive there, day to drive back.
Yeah. long weekend. That's all this was.
Yeah.
We had a blast. We rode a ton. Had some great friends with us. Got some great video. Met some cool people. Found some cool restaurants. Cool place to hang out. Is it 4 stars or 5 stars? What's good now? I don't
5.
know. 5 stars to Big Bend Park, especially in the wintertime in Texas. Highly advise it.
Except for the guy with the alarm at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, or the snoring pair. But yeah.
I don't snore anymore.
Oh my God. Anyway, so I keep going, continue with it.
Just get out there.
Ride them and ride those trails. And we'd love to see pictures. I still wait for people to send us some pictures of
pictures.
what
Well, what your bike looks like, places you've been,
Yeah.
places we should go, anything.
even if you share it to our Facebook stuff. We're very interested because we're trapped in this
In Texas.
island of Texas that's a million miles from the rest of
8
civilization.
hours to get to another state, basically.
And I'd like to see what you guys do because it takes me a month to get there and do anything. And I just want to feel even worse that I'm here and can't get out. So that's what I'm after.
We just need more time off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you got too much work to do, so get to work. It's riding season, baby. This is when we got to be turning wrenches. We're techs, remember? Or you guys are techs. I tell you to be
I'm
techs.
trying to do this for a living.
So, but thanks a lot for coming along on this journey with us. We're going to get into some more tech talk, traditional stuff for a while. Then we'll get into our rides as well. Had a really fun time this winter doing all this. And if you got any Pan Am questions or Harley questions, please post. I know you've been asking some questions. I don't think we've been following up real well.
Yeah, we'll do
Been
it.
a little distracted.
We'll get caught up on our questions.
We'll probably do a clean slate cleanup. So if you've got one we didn't ask, feel free to re-ask it on this one, and we'll get that cleaned up. We've been a little selfish, but it's been really fun. So thanks again, guys. Great job on all these, and we will see you next time on Tech Talk.
Like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, all that stuff too.
Bye.